Now, when I was a young cat, I always told my family, I was like, hey, I'm going to go to the NFL. I'm going to take care of y'all. Y'all going to be good. Because you see all the NFL players, they get big, get their mama house, get their mama car.
Straight up.
Take care of their siblings, all that. So I want to do the same thing. Like, I just felt like I wasn't able to get that opportunity, coming out of high school, going into college and things like that. Man, there were some times where I was mad. Me and God was going at it, boy.
Right.
Because I remember I'd go down the street to the park, just shoot around. I'd just be shooting, I'd just be talking to him. I was like, God, why you got me here if I'm failing these tests?
Right.
Like,
straight up.
Because even getting into grad school, like I didn't get accepted the first time. So then I was like, dang, okay, God, I see you kind of not really feeling this idea.
Hey, question is, did you graduate?
I graduated.
Let's
I graduated,
go, man.
baby.
Hey,
I graduated.
Man, straight up. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So, how did that feel? And then, what'd you go tell your mama when you graduated?
Oh, man. So when she was there, man, I just gave her a big hug. I said, hey, we made it.
All right, y'all. So welcome back to another episode of the Champions Club. I'm your host, Selah Brooks, and I am here with my dog, man,
Oh,
LJ.
yes, sir.
Man, first of all, this dude, he got me introduced to Jesus. Well, reintroduced to Jesus, and so been a mentor as far as that go. The footwork God. I'm talking about his footwork on the speed ladder is crazy. And so, man, he got a great story for y'all, and I'm really excited because this is the first time that we sat down and reconnected in about like 4, maybe 5 years.
Absolutely. I'm talking really sat down.
Yeah, really sat down. So this is big bro right here, man. So, man, I'm really excited to get into the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming on to the show, man.
Absolutely,
Man, he made a trip. And he made a trip on a trip to come see me, bro. So this is what's up, man.
Yes, sir.
So, but before we get into the conversation, y'all know how we do, because you got to speak certain things into existence. So, soon this show will be sponsored by Jarritos. Jarritos is your favorite Mexican soda from Mexico. They got 13 different fruiticious and delicious flavors, and I love them all. So today's flavor is mango.
Talk to him.
That's that thing.
That's that thing.
That is that thing. So, the next time you at your favorite Mexican joint, make sure you get a Jarrito, because Jarritos are the official drink of tacos. Also, shout out to Rob from RC Community TV. He just made me this Champions Club podcast sweater. And so, man, eventually we're going to have some merch out. We manifesting things. So he a fan of the show, so I appreciate you, man, for even doing that with your time and your money to support the show. Let's get it in.
Let's get it in.
Let's get it in. Yep. Man, bro. So, bro, talk to me, man, because it's been a long time.
Too long, man. I see you in spurts. We kind of chit chat on social media and on the line and stuff like that. But like you said, it's been a minute.
Yeah, but first of all, man, I just want to thank you for like I said, man, reintroducing me into Jesus, man, being a really good role model for young dogs out here. You see what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure just knowing you that you over here just touching other people, you know what I mean? And then kind of like just being that God and light, bro. So, matter of fact, I'm proud of you, for even doing that, man.
Thank you.
But so let's get down to it. So, kind of walk me through, because you graduated before me, right?
Yes.
And so what has, like, whether the football journey been like, all that different stuff after you graduated, man?
Yep. So after I graduated, went to Trine University. So I went there for exercise science, tried to get my physical therapy degree. Played football, ran track there, and then once I graduated there, then I pursued graduate school for physical therapy. So then I ended up graduating there. I want to say 2023. And, now I've been practicing as a physical therapist for, just shy of 3 years now.
Yeah. So
yes, sir.
when we talk, man, the football thing. So like, why was there a pivot into physical therapy? Because me personally, the reason why I ain't had no backup plan after football is because everything was like, hey, ain't no way I'm not gonna make it.
Right.
Because my goal was the NFL, and
Same.
So, like, what made you want to, like, just pivot into physical therapy? Did it happen around the same time as like college, or did you was like, I'm gonna have this as a backup plan just in case?
Yeah. So football, like same as you. When I was a young cat, I always told my family, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to the NFL. I'm gonna take care of y'all. Y'all gonna be good. Because you see all the NFL players, they get big, get their mama house, get their mama car.
Straight up.
Take care of their siblings, all that. So I want to do the same thing. But for me, like, I just felt like I wasn't able to get that opportunity. Coming out of high school, going into college and things like that. So then the physical therapy thing was kind of a way in which I was then able to kind of reinvent that goal, and it was same goal, different different process.
Yeah.
So I had a mentor of mine named Ron Gaston. Great dude, strong faith, and he was the one that kind of introduced me or even got me kickstarted on the whole, training physical therapy route. Because I appreciated the way that he put faith into his workouts, into his sessions, and was just able to bring so many different people from different backgrounds, and instill such a confidence and strength to them. And I was like, man, I want to do that the same thing. So I ended up going on a tour to Trine, and they were talking about, yeah, you can get your physical therapy degree 3 years. I was like, dang, okay, PT degree 3 years, kind of the same thing as the training, but just a little bit more, education. I was like, sure, I'll take that, because like I said, the opportunities for football just wasn't coming the way I had hoped, but a way in which I was still able to stay around football was, as I was, pushing myself just to try to find some playing time on the field. I'm learning, studying the game, different footwork stuff, going to camps and things like that. There was always young guys that I was able to, kind of bring around me. Because then I was like, okay, if I can't get there myself, maybe, you, for example, or, other guys that I've been able to work with, maybe I can get them there. And then, that'd be like me, kind of still, making it to the promised land.
Bro, so it's crazy to hear me or to hear you say that you couldn't get like certain football opportunities. Only because, like, I've played in Georgia.
Yep.
I've played ball in Alabama.
Yeah.
I done played in Ohio and all this stuff.
Everywhere.
And everywhere. So, like, bro, I have seen D1 talent.
Right.
Like when I remember, it was this guy, his name was K Nomi. And, bro, still to this day, I have not seen somebody run routes like him, like tall, slinky, and I'm snagging it. I'm talking about passes. Any quarterback that he ever had in his 4 years, they always trash. They
make them look good.
He make them look good. You see what I'm saying? Throwing them off don't even matter. He used to be like, man, bro, just put it in a zip code, and I'm snagging it, right? Put it in the zip code, right?
Yeah.
You up there.
I appreciate
like
that.
I'm no fluff, bro. Like from watching your highlights, from watching like you putting in work on the field, and so to me around here, bro, you was top notch. So
I appreciate that.
Why do you feel like you wasn't able to get like certain football opportunities? Was it just like when you got there and it's just like a whole nother level of player, or was it like coaching and staff and like why weren't you getting opportunities, dog?
Man, I think Laporte is in itself, I feel like just didn't get the recognition. There was a lot of great talent. A lot of you for yourself. A lot of other great names.
Charles
Salary, Matt Antonowski, guys like those. Gino Francisconi. Eric Mazzani.
You had what's that dude's name? Todd, the tight end, the big white boy.
Man, we got Luke McCarty. You had what's his name?
His sister played volleyball in Laporte.
You know his name. Scott Cooper.
Yeah,
Scott. Big dog.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
big body.
Scott Cooper was that dude.
Yeah.
So we do
on
that.
Streeters of the world. Yeah.
On Streeters, right? So it ain't like now. I ain't gonna lie. For every like Scott Cooper, on Streeters, LJ.
Yeah.
For every one of them, you probably got like 30, 47 bums. I ain't gonna lie, man. So it's not like. But we most definitely got some ballers here, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, it's not we not scrubs. You know what I'm saying?
Even my boy Brian, he was nice.
Straight up.
Great speed.
Yeah. So it's like, man, we got ballers here, but so you feel like just Laporte by itself it's a hard place to get noticed.
Hard place to get noticed. It's how I feel personally.
Yeah.
Just because you got like I said, cats like Charles. He dang near went for 3K senior year.
Right.
Now, granted, he went over to Marion out in Indianapolis, had a great career over there. But, whether it be undersized, or just no looks. And I think it could have been, a long stretch of, not, producing. I don't want to say not producing, but, just not having eyes on you. Folks are looking to, bigger cities and things like that. But then even at the college level, you go from being a top dog at your high school to now you just one of many top dogs.
Right.
At that level.
But that's what I always appreciated about the sport. Like, and it's really not even a sport principle. It's like a life principle.
Right.
Since I moved around at so many different schools, I was already automatically at the bottom of every depth chart.
You Bro, you knew failed this cat.
who is dude? So then you get around people who been there for a long time. They already know the system. They know the lingo. They know the schemes. And I'm like, man, you gonna get on the bench, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm not about to. I'm
Yeah.
not,
I
man.
got
One
crazy
time,
work.
yeah,
I got
right, crazy work. And so, like, man, that's to hear this and knowing the work that you put in. Like, I've seen it, and like I said, I'm not just saying it. I've seen D1, and what's crazy is because, like, for example, in Maple Heights, there's a guy named Kier Hawkins. Man, big body. I'm talking
Big
about
body, yeah.
but so the same thing I told you, K Nomi was like a slim.
Yeah.
Man, he a physical receiver, snatching stuff.
Yeah.
Debo with it. And I'm like, so you see them get opportunities, but so I feel like maybe Laporte is that probably like you don't get looks.
Yeah.
Because like for me personally, I remember I was telling my dad, I was like, bro, it's senior year. I wanted to go back to Conyers, Georgia,
Okay.
and go back to Salem High School, and because that's where my football journey started.
Right.
And I wanted to go play with my boys for the last year, man, because
Yeah.
we had unfinished business. So
Absolutely.
we were supposed to go undefeated, and then we ended up losing one game.
Mm-hmm.
And we all made a promise to ourselves, senior year, we going undefeated.
Yeah.
But I ended up moving away. Everybody else stayed, but I moved. I'm like, man, I want to go to this unfinished business. I don't want to be no slicer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's a slicer?
What's a slicer? But, things didn't happen the way that it was supposed to.
Yeah.
And to see my friends get those other opportunities. Like, some of them, they ended up going to D1 colleges, D2 colleges. And then I'm over here talking to, like bottom tier. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, that's not my vision. And it wasn't even 100% tuition, like coverage. So
Yeah.
I was like, nah, bro, I'm cool on that.
Right.
But, like, for you, bro, like, when you went there, again, like, did you feel like it was coaching that didn't give you opportunities? Or, like, because, you went somewhere.
Right.
Right? And you saying you was struggling to get PT. Why was that?
Man, to me, I feel like, it could have been, I wasn't the right fit for the program. Program wasn't the right fit for me, as well as, coaches had their picks already. But I do appreciate going there. I look back and I'm like, man, I wish I would have went somewhere else.
Sure.
Now going somewhere else, there's going to be, new high, different highs, different lows that come through with that. But I do think it helped me in the long run because it was able to create like a drive and a work ethic in me that I was like, okay, you not seeing it, now I got to make you see it. That I'm better than these cats.
That's why I said that's why I respect the sport.
Yeah.
Like, because anybody can be a home built dog.
Yeah.
And get that favoritism or whatever. I was always blessed to be in a situation to where I had a coach, the best talent going on the field, because I don't want to lose. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy is because not only hearing your story, but talking to some other people, you don't have coaches like that.
Nah.
They don't care who the best. It's who they want out there.
Right.
And whether it's to the detriment of the record or not, right? So let me ask you, bro, when you was out there, did you see people and you be like, man, I know I'm better than him?
There was some few. There was definitely a few. Now there was some where I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like I got my boy Jiffy. He played receiver, return man, All-American. That was my GOAT when we was out there.
Yeah,
same grade, but he was clean. Yeah.
So y'all was in the same grade?
Same grade.
Man, you saying he was your GOAT?
He was my GOAT.
Boy, he must have had some crazy work. He must have had some crazy work.
That's a bad man right there, man. I'll never forget.
Shout out Jiffy.
Yeah, shout out Jiffy. We was running 40s freshman year, and I just got done running my 40. I asked Coach, I said, hey, Coach, what's my time? He said, slow. I said, perfect. And didn't get my time. Just slow.
Yeah.
Jiffy runs something crazy, like a 4.5, 4.6 in his hand time. But boy, fast, though. And he come back mad. I'm like, dang, bro, what you run? And I ain't know him that well just yet. I was like, dang, bro, what you run? He said, man, I'm running like a 4.5, 4.6. I said, dang, they didn't even tell me a time. What you mad for? I was like, man, I wish I would have got a 4.5, 4.6.
Yeah,
but nah, he went on to, do some crazy things over there. So there was definitely a few guys where I was like, nah, man, I got that guy beat. That guy beat. Come on, Coach.
You know what's crazy? So that's why with the 40 stuff, bro, I never really been a fan of the 40.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it gives you some kind of ballpark of how fast that person is.
Absolutely.
But I really believe in game speed. When you got that adrenaline pumping.
Oh, yeah.
Or you see somebody that's about to knock your block off and you got to get up, and you take up out of there. I believe some people are faster with the ball under their hands than just running the 40, bro, because there's no, some people, no matter what, they just fast. They don't care. Adrenaline only make them faster.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got crackhead crazy speed with some of these
people.
You
got Ezel speed.
Right? It's like these people, they just like that, right? But then you do got some people like myself, bro. I noticed that whenever I was on the field, I always just looked faster.
Oh,
with the
absolutely.
equipment and everything, you know. And I was like, man, this some trash.
Yeah.
You know, so
You
that's
done showed me
crazy.
some chase down tackles. I was
Yeah,
like, man, you on the outside of
yeah,
the field?
yeah, right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm like, so sometimes my 40 stuff didn't always line up, and I feel like maybe it was different motivation. Like,
Yeah.
if you see somebody you got to go get, and you start
Chasing a rabbit.
chasing, hey man, come here.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm on
so
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But when I see looked at your film, you look like you got some burners.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And so, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like there's a big difference between quickness and speed?
I do, because I feel like you can almost have like that quick twitch, almost like
Like
I
short
always say, man, you
space.
couldn't touch me in the phone booth. couldn't touch me in the phone
Hey,
booth.
okay,
But
okay.
then what is it? Unhitching that trailer, man, then getting getting north
Like
south.
straight,
Yeah,
yeah,
getting north.
straight up.
Yeah, that's a little different. Because I mean, you can have almost more of that, lateral quickness stuff like that. No, just on a cut. But then it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Getting vertical.
But you know what though? I always felt like for football, you could be as fast as you want. You ever see people who's so fast? And I know because you the footwork guy, so I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about.
Talk to me.
People are so fast they can't control their speed.
Absolutely.
So like let's say they'll come off a slant. They on the right hand side. They come off a slant. They plant right. They get the ball and then they got somebody coming from this side. You supposed to be able to plant your foot, and have them go past. Some people can't cut left.
Can't.
You got some people who can't cut to the right, and they just so fast.
Yeah.
They can't. They ain't really got no moves when they got the ball in their hand.
Yep.
And sometimes I feel like with football, you don't need to be the fastest person. You need to control your speed.
Yes, sir.
The best example that I can give is Le'Veon Bell. Not the fastest back.
Patient.
Got some speed to him.
Yeah.
But like it's like when he running, he's at his own speed, and everybody. It's like the Flash. You know how
Oh, yeah.
everything slow down.
Yep.
Like you got people who running full speed, and he don't look like he going full speed, but he like give me them ankles. You know, give me them ankles. And it's like the quick cuts and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I don't feel like you need to be. It helps to be fast,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you can't control your speed, bro, it's like you need the footwork. You need
Oh, yeah.
the patience. So, bro, what's your thoughts on that? Like,
No, I'm the same way, man. You take I heard a saying one time. You take the fastest car, 100 miles an hour. You slam on the brakes. You still missing that turn. You still missing that turn.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you can almost take, like say route running for example.
straight up, okay.
Say you hit your route. You get it looking at 80, and then you jump it up to 85. You still at a good pace in which you can, like you said, stop on a dime, hit the brakes, and then create that separation.
Right.
So I think that's where the money's at. Being able to create that separation at the top, but also like to your point, just being able to have speed under control.
Right.
And then when you get loose in open space, then go.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that's when you get the Ezel speed.
Then you get
Straight
these
up.
air speed.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think so often they teach, run all routes 100%. Shoot, even Justin Jefferson online talking about you can't run a route 100% like full speed.
Yeah.
You just want to be able to slow down. So I mean that's when you get super choppy
Yeah.
at the top, things like that.
Well, and I think it's like I said, just controlling the speed because I remember one time my coach sent me. He was like, "Hey, bro, just run a dig, right?" And the way I'm watching this dude play me, I was like, "Bro, if I run like you said, to your point, I mean, with turf, the field, like all these different things that's going on, variations that's going on
Yeah.
into my mind, these variables." I'm like, man, I know I got burners, but if I run this straight out 100% to go straight and then
You gonna see that coming.
I mean, right?
You
And
gonna see that coming.
So like I just remember I was like put my head down. I'm like and I'm running the route and I see him bailing because he off coverage, and then I just make one plant straight
in there.
bam on time.
Yeah.
And so it's like all these different things you got to like consider when you're running the route, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like if it's raining, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Not
On that
gonna be
turf,
running full speed.
man, one time I hit the splits out there. I'm
Yeah.
talking about I tried to
Gymnastics.
Man, what? I was like, they got me up off the field. I was like, yeah, coach, I'm gonna have to give me a couple plays off because that all this is like,
Yeah.
it's hurt,
Hold on. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, talk to me. You said that you had to do other things to focus until you got certain PT. I'm guessing now it's the physical therapy
Yep.
side of things.
Yep.
So when you decided you wanted to start to do that, we talked off camera.
Yep.
You was failing some tests.
Boy, was I? I remember, man. Even in undergrad was a little bit better.
Okay.
I know chemistry 2 gave me some fits though.
Man, what?
So-
Chemistry ain't no joke.
Nah,
I respect all chemists out there.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, shout out to the chemist.
Right.
But yeah, chemistry 2 gave me some fits. So that was probably the first point where I was like, man, I don't think physical therapy's for me. Just because I knew that was a barrier in the way. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to get my GPA messed up. Physical, like I wanted to be a trainer anyway. But trying, they had a lot of advisors. They redirected me. And they was like, nah, man, stick with it. So, yeah, chemistry 2, I'm sending mom, failed tests. I said, hey, I got something put on the fridge, mama. And,
Yeah.
but then even more so in grad school, that's where I was getting bodied, man. Just because the test taking was just so different. I feel like test taking in college, like undergraduate compared to graduate school, two complete different styles.
Yeah.
So, like, I wasn't necessarily prepared for the way in which grad school tests were given. So I was getting abused on those. I was like, yeah, I can't get none of these that mom put on the fridge, boy. You gonna tear me up.
Right.
Man.
So when you going through there, because I know you big in faith, bro. Like when you had those downtimes, so you like, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking for you, right? I'm like, yeah, deep voice. Dang, man,
Ain't even that deep.
Man, coach ain't giving me PT.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this physical therapy thing and I'm failing some tests. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is booty. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
booty, straight butt.
When you leaning on your faith, bro, like what did you have to get into to keep you going on like the spiritual side? Because man, some of that stuff, like with a lot of people, bro, they don't have that spiritual thing to lean on to pray on. They probably dropping out. They probably just leaving. You see what I'm saying? But you stuck it through, and you had better things coming that you didn't know that you had coming.
Yeah.
So like, man, talk to me about when like leaning on your faith for that.
Got you. So in undergrad, I think at that time, when I was struggling with playing time, and then I'll give you the graduate school perspective.
Straight up.
So in undergrad, when I was struggling with playing time, I think it was a humbling experience because one, it created that drive where I was like, man, I gotta show these guys. But I kept losing myself in that process because I was like, man, it's not me. It's like, man, I feel like I'm good, or else I wouldn't be in this situation. But I was struggling faith-wise because I was like, man, a guy brought me here. I feel like I got good athletic ability. I could play the game well. What am I not doing, or what am I doing wrong for the coach not to, have faith in me to put me on the field? But there were still opportunities where I was able to come back home, take the work that I was putting in, and then, dish it to the young guys that was still working here. Or, as I was getting older at Tron, there was, freshmen, sophomores that I was working with, running through drills and stuff like that and helping them out so that they can find success, where they were. So like in that process, I think it was humbling because God was like, hey, look, it's not your time right now, but I need you to go through this work so that you can, start to, share that to everybody else and put them on so that they can be ready and be successful where they at, because they got their own things that they got to do. So that was tough for me, but it was also cool to, kind of have that almost, network of people. It was almost a training. It was like discipleship through training. So I thought that was real cool to, be able to build that. Because then, one, building connections with cats like you and other guys that I've been able to work with. But also, just see them, the spark light up in them too. Even if, that spark wasn't lighting up for me necessarily, for my own playing time and things like that, my own experience, being able to see that for those guys and, be able to see the game come to them, better was beautiful to see. Now, from a PT school perspective, keeping my faith in that regard, man, there were some times where I was mad. Me and God was going at it, boy.
Right.
Because I remember I'd go down the street to the park, just shoot around. I'd just be shooting. I'd just be talking to him. I was like, God, why you got me here if I'm failing these tests?
Right.
Like,
straight up.
Because even getting into grad school, like I didn't get accepted the first time. So then I was like, dang, okay, God, I see you kind of not really feeling this idea.
Hey, man. Okay, pause right there.
Yes, sir.
Pause right there. So that was the first fail? The first time you felt like...
yeah, to get into grad school,
Yeah.
I didn't have, I got denied the first time. And bro, I'm heading to my brother's house, bro. I'm about to catch a flight because we live out in Arizona. And so it was three of us. It was me, two other friends of mine from Tron. And they all jumped in a group chat talking about, hey, I got accepted. Hey, I got accepted.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it was one of them Hallmark movies. Like, man, I'm gonna be the one. Let me be the one friend that didn't get in. Sure enough, boy, I saw that email. I said, that's how y'all feel?
Hey, man.
That's how y'all feel?
I'm not laughing at the failure, but I am laughing at the delivery, bro. That's
man, I appreciate
crazy.
it.
That's
I
crazy.
was sick.
So, did you pray when that happened, or like, Cause you said, God, I see you not feeling this
I
idea.
see you not feeling it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I did, and I was like, God, if this ain't it, what is it? And I was going on. I mean, I was going on that trip. I was going for the spring break, so I tried not to let it, bring my feelings down. So I feel like, it was a blessing in that I was gonna go be with family, be on a
Right.
vacation,
Right.
not, at home on my own, just dwelling on that, and just, kind of just, falling into those demons, of just, being down, being depressed, things like that. But through that, again, every time that I was faced with a rejection, that would almost, light a spark in me of like, man, I gotta prove to these cats, that I am, worthy and able to, be a successful physical
Yeah.
therapist. So then, now I'm, going crazy in the classroom, even more so, studying a ton. I'm putting applications everywhere.
Right.
Dog, I had an application to like, dog, Utah. It was
Okay.
like Rocky Mountain University.
Yeah.
I said, I guess I'm going to Utah.
Yeah.
Even they hit me back like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to take you. I said, dang. So I'm at nose is coming from everywhere. I had one. They put me on a wait list. They just never hit me back. I said, dang, man, you could have just said no.
So right, yeah,
You
yeah.
I'm out here like on double Dutch mode waiting for.
Right.
But then, Tron, their grad school program, they finally hit me back and they was like, hey, we got some extra seats in the incoming class. Like, we haven't seen an application come back from you yet. Should we be expecting one? And I'm already hot at this time.
Right.
So I'm like, I was one of them hothead, I got to prove myself, prove you wrong kind of guys. So like when that happened, I had messaged them back and I was like, nah. I was like, man, hey, I ain't trying to sit out a year. I'm putting in applications elsewhere. So my advisor, he's like, man, why you trying to bite the hand that's trying to feed you? I was like, I don't want to eat from that hand.
Yeah,
I don't
right,
like that.
right.
I don't like that hand.
That hand that made me mad.
That
Yeah.
hand dirty. But what had happened was,
Yeah.
it was just an opportunity in which, God was wanting me to humble myself.
Straight up.
And, so rather feeling jaded because they had denied me a first time and then a fear of being rejected a second time, it was still an opportunity. So, that was my foot in the door that I was able to take. And, and then through that, of course, I had to go through my ups and downs when I was in PT school. And then, when times got real low academically, that's where I was like, God, what's going on? Like, I feel like you wouldn't put somebody in position to then be failing.
Yeah.
So for me, I was struggling because I was only in the now. I wasn't able to see, the big picture until down the road. So, I mean, I'm talking screaming matches with God. Now I'm crying. I'm down bad. I'm talking to mom like, yeah, maybe this ain't it. And mom, she's like, hey, as long as you happy. I was like, man.
Yeah.
I said, all right, mom. I'm not really happy right now, but all right, mom.
Man,
But
that's what's up.
yeah, going
Shout out
through
to
it for
moms.
sure. Yeah, shout out to moms. Yep. So I mean, to overcome that was a challenge too. And what really broke me for the best, I would say, is so finally failed. So I failed out of PT school, and then I was out for a year. So I had to wait until the class under me got to the same point so I could jump back in. But during that time, I'm talking, it was dark, boy.
The dark year for you.
Dark year for me. Because at that point, I was like, man, why even stay in it? But my family, they stayed on my mind, stayed on my heart. Because I was like, man, if I let them down, then what am I? Like, what good am I, to them? Because, I mean, it was always a goal and passion of mine to take care of them. If I couldn't do it the football way, maybe I could do it the PT way.
Right.
So I locked in, I was studying. I was dang near learning how to study. Man, I had a professor tell me one time, because I was struggling with the multiple choice tests and just the way in which they structured them in grad school. That boy told me, he said, hey, I want you to go to the library back home. I want you to find a book on how to take multiple choice tests. I said, bro, you want me to study how to take a test and then study to take your test? I said, dog, I can only study for one thing, baby.
Right.
I can only study for one thing.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I was spending time with the professors. I was, reading the book because I wasn't a huge reader.
Right.
I mean, back in the day, I mean, you could read the PowerPoint and be cool, not in grad school. So I'm in the book, I'm reading stuff. I'm finding new information. I was like, dang, okay, I see what you're doing, God. I see some new information I ain't seen before.
Yeah.
But, I was doing some training off on the side. So, just getting back into community serving again. And, man, then that next year, I'm seeing my grades jump, so going from, 60, 70% on tests, now I'm seeing, high 80s, 90s and things like that. So like I was seeing the work pay off in which I wasn't seeing before in the past, and I was like, okay.
So do you feel like your problem wasn't studying? You didn't know how to study.
Didn't know how to study because man, my study tactics or strategies would change every time. So rather than almost strengthening what I was doing, whenever it wasn't successful, I'd flip it up. Like I switch it up. So like I study one way, fail that one, boom, scrap that idea. Okay, back to the drawing board. Ask somebody else, hey, how I gotta study? Boom, do it like this. That one didn't work, throw it like that. But then also, I would say the application behind it, because I feel like in high school, undergrad, tests would be like they'd be pretty black and white. It was like,
Straight up.
hey, this war happened in 1812. And then it'd be like, on the test, it'd be like, what war happened in 1812? Like, oh, easy.
Straight up, yeah.
But in PT school, it'd be like a two-step problem. Like, oh, this patient comes in with, this much range of motion. And then it'd be like, what exercise would be best? You'd be like, whoa, well, what they got going on, though? We're based off that range of motion.
Right.
So you got to know, based off that little bit of information, okay, based off that, it's probably this exercise would be best to treat that. So like they'd be like missing parts, but you got to know that to almost like differentially diagnose, what's going on. And like that part is what I was struggling with the most.
Right,
And I was like, man, we missing some steps in here.
Right,
almost like
up.
when you go from math, 2 + 2 = 4, then it's like 2 + X = 4. Like, wait a second. Hold on.
Slow
Where
down.
these letters come from?
Right, straight
exactly.
up. Man, it's crazy to hear this because I didn't take the college route. Like, from football, I messed up both of my shoulders and stuff, and I was like, and it was pretty bad too. I realized it was like, okay, I've been playing since I was 9. And I wasn't growing. I'm 143 pounds. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, right, straight up. I was like, man, look, if I'm struggling right now to keep my body together in high school, college gonna be a different level. Then I didn't, like I said, I wasn't really getting what I wanted back from like the colleges and stuff like that, not 100% tuition. So to hear this information is like mind blowing to me, because there's a lot of people out here who, they get us all excited. Oh, you're going to college, you had this huge vision, this huge plan for how you're going to want it to go, and then when you get there, it ain't even that, and you're going through that not only on the football field but also with physical therapy.
Right.
And so it's like, all right, I'm not getting it how I want to get it. And my secondary choice of getting it how I want to get it, I ain't getting it in that way either. So it's like, man, I can understand, but how many people out there like that? That's like you don't know how many people I done seen come back here. And they just said, man, it wasn't what I thought it was. And so it's like, man, to see you go through that, but to keep going, you feel what I'm saying, and not come back, like you said, man, your family was on your mind and your heart.
Every time.
You don't want to come back holding the L. You see what I'm saying? And so, man, that's really huge, bro. And so the fact that you went through, you basically fought your demons.
Boy.
You was out there, we about to squabble up, right?
Had to.
And now to say you seen your grades go up, you seen the work paying off, you see what I'm saying? What did that feeling feel like when you, like the first test, you right? Woo!
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
What did that feel like, bro?
Man, I remember I called my mom, after I had that first one, dog. I saw that score. Man, I was in there just,
let's go.
I was in there hype. But I went home. I went back to the apartment, man. Dog, they near celebrated. Shoot. hey, fired the Oreos up. I was ready to get activated.
Yeah.
But it was cool to finally be able to see the work pay off. Cause I think that's what I was struggling with. Cause like whether it be, going to the gym, you working out, you're gonna see your numbers go up.
Straight up.
If you work harder at your job, you're gonna see, more money coming in. But like I felt like I was kept exhausting myself to the point where I was like, what more can I do? I mean, I done flipped the study in so many different ways. To where I was like, man, I'm not seeing a single thing pay off for this.
Right.
But I definitely feel like God had a plan for me to where he was like, I don't care how hard you work. I just need you to trust me, man. And like, as soon as like I was starting to see that, I was like, okay. So I think, and I going through that summer where I had to drop down in classes. Like, then I was like, I'm at rock bottom. I was like, cause I don't know if I want to stick with it or not. But, I don't know. There was just like, an extra motivation of like, man, you got to finish this out. Like, you got to see it through. So
You did all of that.
Yeah.
You don't want it to just be in vain.
absolutely. And I seen some cats, not make it. So I mean, like, to still struggle, get kicked out, but still have an opportunity to keep going. Like, I seen some cats get kicked out and not be able to come back.
Straight
so
up.
I was like, okay, God still got a plan for me
Right.
somehow in some degree. So I was like, man, I got to keep going.
Straight up.
So I mean, like, that in itself was a blessing, but man, yeah, it was like you said, I was fighting demons. I was fighting some demons,
straight
boy.
up, man.
Yeah,
You know it's crazy. To hear this. One, the reason why you keep putting work in anyway is because you don't know what God got planned for you.
Yeah.
So when that opportunity come, people don't think it's luck, bro. What luck? I've been doing this,
Yeah.
Even before y'all was
I've been
paying
stayed
attention.
up, yeah, been
you
prayed
stayed,
up,
you stayed up.
yeah.
So it's gonna present itself. And like
Yeah.
for me personally, bro, listening to your story, man, what if all the connections that you built, all this other stuff, man, you might go be one of them NFL trainers training.
Man, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You just never know.
Yep.
Like, bro, when I was 19 and you met me, we didn't think I'd be podcasting.
Nah.
You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot happens in a year's time. You see what I'm saying? So like, we don't think that that's a long time, but a lot of growth and transformation can come in 1 year.
Yeah.
The second thing is, some advice to you, big bro, is like whenever you take a loss, instead of throwing that loss out and trying to get a new method, bro, break down the loss,
Absolutely.
break down the failure, because the answer to win is in that. Like, I can give you a bunch of different situations where I took the L's, and then I was like, okay, how did they beat me? Cool.
I see how you did that.
I see how
Yeah.
you did it. Like, the answer, I swear to God, is in the loss, bro. Is you just gotta dig through it, and you gotta sit down and start reverse engineering.
Okay.
Like when I told you, people stealing my business name and all this other stuff. I went head to head with them before, and I lost because I did it in the courtroom.
Right.
Like, I was like, I'm gonna sue them.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Guess what? I'm gonna tell you. We gonna be straight up.
That's
and
their game, yeah.
I really don't be wanting to speak on this. I got there, and I couldn't afford a lawyer.
Yeah.
The dude is city councilman. The lawyer of LaPorte, like the city of LaPorte, their lawyer came to represent him.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh snap.
That's how you coming, all right.
Yeah, bro. I'm thinking he about to hire somebody. No, he went to go get big dog straight
Yeah.
up, right? Cool. Then the person that I had as a witness did not show up,
Okay.
and I figured out that she didn't show up. The judge is cool with that dude's wife, the dude who
yeah.
I was trying to sue.
Yeah.
And so I go there and I basically get my butt kicked in court. I ain't got no representation. And I didn't need it as long as I had the witness. And I sat there and I was like, man, too many coincidences happen. Like, if I go in a one-on-one fight and you bring somebody else, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right? Fine. We about to squabble.
Yeah.
But then I noticed that the person I thought was supposed to be joining me to the fight didn't show up. Then, the fight is on their home court, which is a courtroom. It's too many incidences going
Yeah.
on in that fight. I sat down and I was like, man, how did all this happen? Because I had them lined up, Come to find out that the dude cut a back deal with the person that I was going to bring as a witness to not show up.
Yep.
The judge is cool with both of them, and he's cool with his wife, but they all play me up under the table. I'm coming there thinking I'm about to get justice,
Yeah.
and I got played.
Got played, dog.
So now when I went back up against him, I figured out how they did it. I ain't gonna do it that way. Y'all gonna have to fight my way. The answer to win was in the loss, bro.
Yeah.
All right, you don't go, if we in a street fight, I'm not fighting on your home field, and I'm not about to fight how you fight. I'm about to fight, it's called a power move. Like when you playing chess,
Yeah.
you make a move that's so impactful, they abandon their strategy. You see what I'm saying? You take away their power, and now you
Put
control
down
the board.
defense, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of people can't play like that. Like, I believe that me and you, we have the ability, like, if we losing, we know how to keep the game close until it get into the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
In the fourth quarter, show up, hey, we about to do our thing,
Yeah.
right? So,
Suit
like,
up, man.
that's just, just some advice, man, like life or whatever, bro. Like, when you take the loss, that's actually the answer, dog. I swear, anytime that I've taken them, whether it's fatherhood, marriage, with a job, you're trying to run a business, and I'm like, dang, why did I just lose? I'll be sitting down there with a notebook. Okay, I did this. And then
I was about to say, I picked that up from you when, I heard you say it one time before, like, you'd get out of your interviews and be like, okay, because I think you said you'd record them. You're like,
Yep.
okay, I want to go through how do you ask this question? You know, how do I respond? Okay, I probably could have responded like
Straight
this.
up.
Like you would turn every situation, every opportunity into a learning,
Yeah,
a learning
that's,
opportunity.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Because I learned it from football. Since I moved around at a bunch of different places,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm at the bottom of the depth chart, people gonna give you some work.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you ain't going against bums out there. So
Nah.
like, if I lost on the play, you only gonna beat me one time.
Yeah.
So because it's called accelerated learning. So like, it's the same as watching film. After the game, you watch. If you did 82 plays, I'm watching all 82. And the reason why I'm not only watching me, like I'll go down and break my stuff down, but I'm breaking down other people. I'm want to know your job.
Yeah.
Because there's certain indicators. Like when I was at corner, it really taught me how to be a student of the game. So if I see a dude come up, and if because I say right hand, left foot.
Yeah.
You want right hand side of foot, your left foot is
Yeah.
up front.
You switch foot. You
Right.
switch feet. I'm thinking something.
Bam, you going,
Yeah.
okay, every time this dude switches foot, it's like a drag. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because he coming out like this. So I'm playing inside. And I know you want to drag. I'm going to jump that, bro. Don't throw it. You
Yeah,
see what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you now.
But it taught me that's like the life thing.
Yeah.
I took those losses. So it's like, bro, I swear to God, man, when you take these losses, bro, the answer is it's in a loss.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
I heard Reason say one time in a freestyle, that boy said, you take 2 L's, you flip them, that's a W, man. I said, dang, Reason, you spitting, baby. You spitting, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I got you, man.
I am proud of your journey, bro, because this is why, like, on the Champions Club, I only talk to people who took losses. You see what I'm saying? Because what you giving right now for whoever watching this is a masterclass on how to go through what you went through.
Absolutely, man.
They're gonna be somebody in this situation, and they be like, "Dang, well, it might not be PT,
Yeah.
but they might be like, man, actually, I'm playing ball. I'm not even getting my playing time, and I'm trying to do this because." A lot of student athletes aren't student athletes.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? They just athletes trying to be a student. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what was killing me. That was what was killing me. I was like, man, I'm trying to ball in the classroom. Let me get on the field at least a little bit.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
they had me holding little play cards. I got promoted to dummy signals. I said, oh, man, head, shoulders, knees, toes. They never going to know the play. Oh, man.
Hey, but I bet you do it 100%.
Absolutely, man. I was, what? Hey, what? I was out there getting them.
What?
They said, you don't know that play.
Yeah. All right. So fast forward, bro.
Yep.
You took that first test. You took your test.
Yep.
And that first one, you feeling happy, and now you moving and grooving. So, question is, did you graduate?
I graduated.
Let's
I graduated,
go, man.
baby.
Hey,
I graduated.
man, straight up. Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
So, how did that feel? And then, what'd you go tell your mama when you graduated?
Oh, man. So when she was there, man, I just gave her a big hug. I said, hey, we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
And
Yes, Lord.
Yeah. So
Yes, Lord.
anytime I get an opportunity to, just kind of walk across that finish line, like I know God's got, another test for me, but, being able to at least, finish that one race and then, get ready for the next event, I'm like, man, we made it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even passing like the boards exam, like I know, like there was a lot of teachers I was like, you might want to push it back. I was like, nah, I ain't got money to be pushing it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all gonna benefit from me pushing it
That's
back.
what I'm saying. I was like, I ain't got money to be pushing it back. Like
Right.
I had a professor one time, I was finishing up my clinical rotation. She called me up and she said, yeah, you ain't passed the practice test yet. I probably pushed that back. I said, hey, I appreciate that, but I really ain't. There was one night I think I just got done studying for the boards exam, and I ain't had no groceries. I had a corner of Ruffles, just the original boys. And I had, I think, 4 Oreos. I said, let's go and wash these back then. Go ahead and throw that back real quick.
Yeah.
And went to bed, woke up. I mean, they was just on repeat. So, I mean, I'd go clinical rotation, work as a personal trainer, study till midnight, because it was like a live class that I was in preparation for that. And then money was tight just because, I mean, I had more money going out than I had coming in just because I wasn't working yet.
Yeah.
But, so just hearing a lot of that, like, hey, push it back, study more. So to be able to have all that negativity come upon me, and then God was like, no, I got you still. And then to pass that first try, when a lot of folks like, man, I don't know if this guy going to make it. He ain't passed one yet. Passed my very last one. I said, that's all I need.
That's all you need.
Yeah, like when you at the gym, I mean, you don't, 0 for 30, 0 for 10, you finally make you want to say, yep, I'm hot now.
Just straight up.
Heat
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah.
And so to finally see that one pass and then to go on and then pass it first time, dog, I was crying. I called mom because we got I want to say we got our results, I want to say before we graduated, and then we went and walked.
Yeah.
So I was able to walk, I was, fully relieved, no stress, not thinking that I got to take another test or
Yeah.
anything like that. I was like,
Right.
we did it.
We
This
did.
is it. So that was a huge, special, surreal moment because I had my whole family there with me.
Straight up.
Brother came in from out of town, sister came in from out of town. So, my grandparents was there. So everybody that, I set out to want to take care of, to want to, give back to, because I'm the youngest of four. Was all right there with me. So like to be able to share that moment with them was huge.
Man, you know what's crazy, bro? I feel like God is telling me to tell you this because I've been thinking it for a while, but I keep getting off track.
Yeah.
That's my ADHD.
That's all right.
But
love it.
so the whole time you thought that you had to prove something to other people. Well, really you should have been trying to prove it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's been certain situations in my life where I go and I try to prove other people wrong. But when I really looked, I was like, bro, why you want to prove him wrong so bad? And
Yeah.
I'll be like, shoot, actually, I'm trying to prove to myself that I can do it.
Yeah.
And so like, man, I feel like he been wanting me to say that to you, bro.
Absolutely. I
Like,
appreciate
you wasn't proving it to them, you was proving it to you.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, when I'm down and I feel like quitting, I don't even think about them, so that can't be the reason. I'm like, I can't quit because I want to prove them wrong. That's never been my thought
Not at
process.
all.
But like you said, so really, the reason you never quit is because it was your family. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Like your family. You don't want. And then here's the thing too, bro. Like even if you do come back with an L, man, sometimes what we think people gonna think is not what they gonna think at all. You see what I'm saying? Like you didn't come back with an L, and that's you proved it to yourself. But like, man, I'll be so caught up on like dang, if I don't pull this off, what my wife gonna think about me?
Right.
Bro, they gonna love you anyway.
Love you anyway.
They're gonna love you anyway.
And I was
You see what I'm saying?
always met with love too. And I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Because as hard as I was on myself, and I'm feeling like, man, if I fail, if I get kicked out, the family gonna think this, think that about me. Like you said, it was always a safe landing spot for me with the family. So it was always, love and grace,
Yeah.
And encouragement and positivity anytime that, that I may have failed. They just hated to see me down or beat myself up so
Right.
much. Because I'd
They're
always
supposed to pick you up.
yeah, I would always be my worst critic. But they'd be like, boy, stop being so hard on yourself. I'm like,
But we competitors.
Yeah, competitors.
I swear, man, people who play or want to play at a high level, I guarantee you they're the biggest critic of themselves.
Gotta be.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have to be. So like
Yep.
we take that. And it's crazy because we crazy almost. Like, yeah, that's okay in sports.
Yeah.
But then when you go and do something that you really ain't good
flip-
at.
you flip it back to life.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
you
man,
like,
why
man,
it ain't-
I can't believe I ain't passed this aviator's test. You see what I'm saying?
Bro,
Bro,
I ain't never flew never flew a plane in a game.
Right, yeah, straight up. So we hard on ourselves, but you know what? That's like it's a winner's mentality.
Yeah.
Dog. No excuses.
Yep.
What did I do? What did
Yeah.
I do better? And I'm like, bro, you take that mindset everywhere, and you're gonna be successful everywhere. You
Yeah.
feel me? And it's crazy because that mindset is crazy. Because
Yeah.
my wife be thinking, she was like, man, why you so hard? Why you even think like that? Like it's like a sickness.
Yeah.
I be so
Unhealthy.
disappointed in myself.
Yeah. Unhealthy.
But then I get up, I be like, man, shoot, hey, we about to run it back because you
Yeah.
gotta have some dog in you, bro. And you most definitely a dog.
I appreciate that.
And
So
on
are
this,
you.
in this case, you was an educational dog.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
educational scholar.
Yeah.
Back to your point, man. It's like we may be wrong about a lot of things, but we right about us.
Yeah, straight up.
We
straight
right
up.
about us. Yeah.
And it's crazy because like that's what I be telling people, like when you said that people saying you should push it back and go back, blah blah. Man, I know. I know. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And sometimes your own compass. You see what I'm saying? People might be like, you stubborn or whatever. You can't tell me what I know about me.
Yeah.
If I know I'm gonna go out here and I say I'm gonna do this, it's gonna happen because I'm not confident in myself.
Absolutely.
Because like what you were saying is like you only needed one.
Yeah.
Shoot, once you saying that, and sometimes, bro, we only need one win
Yeah.
to get it to click.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I took a lot of losses. A lot, bro. a lot of them.
I ain't gonna put them all out there on the table. We ain't got no time for
I
that.
am telling you, when I win, I learn a lot more from my losses than my wins. When I win, it only lets me know that I can win.
Capability, yeah.
Yeah, I can win. When I lose, my losses teach me how to win. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, when you got that win, shoot, hey, let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
What we waiting for?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? No,
I'll take a test now.
Straight up, man. So that's dope to hear because
Yeah.
it's like I'm like, This dude cooking.
Yeah.
LJ cooking.
Yeah.
So you graduated. You hug moms, man. You thank the family. So where you at now, man? You still doing some PT? Like where you at right now?
Yep. So still doing some PT, man. I'm like 20 minutes north of Fort Wayne. So I'm up there. Been practicing for just shy of 3 years now. I'm doing some receiver training, football training, speed training, all that stuff. So I'm still doing that. Working with young athletes on the side. And I'm still playing myself too.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Yeah.
So I still been dabbling, man. Still going to different tryouts and things like that. CFL tryouts, went out to San Diego for a UFL tryout, and arena tryouts as well. So I just went to one this past January 3rd, and they called me back, man. They called me back.
Look at God. Look at God.
Talk to
hey,
him.
man, let's talk about that conversation.
Absolutely.
So what league is it?
So it's called the Arena League. So
Okay.
TAL, yep.
So the Arena League,
Yep.
they called you back.
Call me.
What was you doing at the time, and how did that phone call go?
Man, so I think I missed a call from him. And then, so I was working with a young athlete at the time. We was doing some speed work.
Yep.
And so I got my phone out because I was keeping track of her times. And then I see I had a message from the coach. And so he had messaged me. He's like, "What's up, strong man? Ready to play or what?" I said, "Wait a second. Are you talking to me?" And so I was like, "Hey, I'm at a training session right now." He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you in a little bit." I said, I'm in a training session right now. Like I should be done around this time." He's like, "All right, cool." And so like I'm still trying to focus on the athlete, but I'm like, "Hey, baby, we gotta speed this up because
I got a call.
Yeah, I got a call coming in. Got a call coming in.
Yeah.
So but I get done with that. I make sure to give her the time and attention that she deserved, and pass her back off to the parents. I'm racing home though. I'm looking at the gas tank. I'm like, I probably need a little gas though. Bam, hey, get some gas in the car. I whip it back real quick. I get in there. Finally give coach a message. He called me back. He said, "What's going on, man?" He said, "You ready to play or what, man?" I said, "Hey, if you got time for me, I'm good."
Yeah.
And so yeah, he invited me to their mini camp, and I was like, man. So I got off. I remember I got off that phone call with him, and I was on there for a while, just like you, man. I try to be a student at everything I'm in. So I turned into a sponge, man. I'm asking them questions. I was like, "Hey, how many guys are playing? How many people? What's the combine? I mean, what's the mini camp look like? Is it going to be combine? Are we getting straight to work? What positions that you see me in, kind of how you want me to come in prepare wise, what position am I looking at
Right.
That I need to prepare for." And he was like, "Hey man, if you got any questions, go ahead and get them out now because I'm a busy guy." I said, "You got it."
Hey,
I had that boy on that phone for dang near 45, 50 minutes.
Come on now.
I said, and
Yeah.
I'm taking notes. I'm writing that stuff down. He was telling me like the different routes and all that stuff. But I remember I got off that phone, hey, and just like I said, with the, passing and graduating, I called mom up. And she's like, "Man, I hear you crying on the phone." I said, "So you hear that? You hear that?"
Yeah.
But I told her, I was like, "We did it. We made it." And because I would often go into these tryouts with almost like a childlike innocence, going in and just almost like I'm going there just for fun. Go there, run some routes, not thinking that I'd ever get picked up or a coach would ever call me back. But I'd always go in. And I would pray before the tryout, like, "Hey God, if it's in your will for me or your plans at all, for a coach to see me, notice me, acknowledge me, that'd be great." Like that's all I wanted, just for one coach to be able to take a chance on me and just to see something. And that's what happened this time. So like to see God deliver on that prayer and just give me this opportunity was huge, man.
So you went to the mini camp already?
Not yet. So that's
Okay.
not until first 2 weeks of May.
All right, bro. I think he want me to put this on you again. I'm gonna put it on you.
Talk
Right.
to
So
me.
check straight up. So the last time you was in one of these situations, as far as like the football side,
Yeah.
you didn't get the opportunities that you wanted to.
Right.
This situation, remember what that felt like.
Yep.
And then when you own the field, dog, man, like run these routes, go through the motions, like you went this. That's gonna be your last time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because like sometimes, we get an opportunity, and we don't never know when the opportunity gonna present itself
Absolutely.
again. Bro, run this, like catch it like it's gonna be your last pass you're gonna catch.
I got you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because like now you have this situation, take it for everything that it's worth. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like almost like as if you about to rob somebody.
Absolutely.
I'm taking everything up off
Take it
you.
and run.
You
Yeah.
about to be running in the street with your drawers on. I'm taking everything up off you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because like, man, everything that you'd have been through for this moment. And I feel like it's on a silver platter at this
Yeah.
point. Man, go ahead and eat your food, bro.
I
You see what
got
I'm
you, man.
saying?
I gotta
Like,
eat.
because this is what everybody, some people, they didn't get the call. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why, like, with football, this is a man's kind of game
Oh, yeah.
because, bro, it's only 11 spots. It's only a 53-man roster.
Yep.
And it's probably like a couple hundred people at a tryout. It ain't gonna be me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not about to be the one driving and being like, yeah, maybe next time. Nah, bro. You see, yeah,
Yep.
I'm about to go in there and up everybody up off of everything.
Absolutely.
Because like, shoot, you about to go there to compete, bro. And I'm just proud of you because like, you went through all those trials and tribulations. And to stay on the path. Remember, we just talked about that. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what God got in store for you, so you got to be ready for the opportunity.
Right.
There it is. And you prepared.
Yeah.
You prepared.
Yep.
I want you to hit the little footwork.
I got you, man.
Break
I
his
do hit
ankles.
them with the little sauce, man.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna break. See, this might be something that I feel like can benefit you.
Yeah.
You're gonna break somebody's ankles, tear their meniscus, and give them the physical therapy after.
Come on
You
now.
feel what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I told him
Look,
that too. I was like, hey, I'm gonna let my physical therapist at the same time.
Yeah.
I can help the team, and then I go run a route for you. Real
Yeah,
quick.
straight up. Hey, I'm about to cook you, and then come get some PT because I'm gonna bandage you up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make you right.
I'm gonna get you back so I can
bro.
do it again.
Right. No, absolutely. I'm gonna be the killer and the doctor.
Yeah.
You gonna get hit by the bullet, and I'm gonna take the bullet up out
Come
you.
on now.
Man, this about to be. I'm so excited
Come on, I
for you. I'm
appreciate
so
you, man.
excited for
Thank
you,
you.
man.
Thank you.
So, you haven't went to mini camps yet. What are you doing to stay prepared and to stay in shape and all that stuff until the time comes? What you been doing, man?
Man, keeping the faith strong. I've been fortunate to. So this year we started a discipleship group at our church. Just immersing myself in the armor of God. Has been beautiful and it's been a blessing. And just like with my earlier football journeys, where opportunities weren't given, just trying to see out rather than look in. Of like, okay, who else can I serve and take care of, along the journey, with this football stuff. But at the same time, just trying to keep my cup full. So I've reached out, within my network of people, and they've been able to, be so kind and loving to hook me up with a nutrition program, strength program, speed work. So I know it's been a challenge with like the crazy schedule it is now, but finding time to be able to get those things in just so I can make sure I'm the most prepared that I can be when I show up.
Yeah.
Because my sister always tells me show up and show out, and that's what I want to be able to do when I get there.
Man, it ain't gonna be able to do. That's
Nah,
what you're gonna
yeah,
do.
that's what you're gonna do.
Man. So man, what's crazy is because like bro, like I looked at you as like from Laporte, like bro, you were like my GOAT, right? Like for football,
Yeah,
receiver, because when I went anywhere, my footwork was the best.
Yeah.
But when I came, I'm like, yo, there's a whole nother level. You see what
there's
I'm
levels
saying?
to it. I appreciate that, man.
And so like, man, I'm gonna tell you this as somebody that look up to you, big bro. You always showing out.
Yeah,
You just got to show up. As
feel
soon
that.
as you step in the spot,
yeah,
it is what it is,
Yep.
and it's done.
I
You see
appreciate
what I'm
that,
saying?
man.
So like, man, just to hear that, and it's like a lot of people don't share they shortcomings or whatever, but like, man, just knowing you personally, when you telling me this, it's almost like watching a movie, and then you already know he gonna win. It's like a
that's
Rocky.
easy, yeah.
It's like a Rocky about
Yeah,
man.
I know
Like
how this go.
Man, Rocky got beat, but we all know he about to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like
last
man,
round.
Yeah, right. Just tear it up. And it's crazy to hear this journey, man, because like, bro, like I said, when I seen your skills on display, I'm like, bro, he one of them. And it ain't even no question, bro. And I'm glad that you got the opportunity to show a lot of people what you about,
appreciate
bro.
that,
Because
man.
it's like, man, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't a lot of people who putting in the work like you and they got the skills to do it like you, bro.
Yeah.
Like I have seen it, and like I said, man, you one of them.
Yeah.
So now you get to put it on display. And
Absolutely.
I'm happy for you.
And one thing I took from you, man, like even from, a young age, you was trying to, you always wanted to challenge, but in a good way. It's like, hey man, I got something. Show me some footwork drills.
Yeah,
I was like,
straight
okay,
up.
I see you, youngster.
Yeah,
I see you,
yeah,
youngster.
yeah.
And but like that just shows, the heart and the drive that you have, because you was like, hey, this is what I know. But then, then you was exposed to more, and you was like, all right, cool. Bam, took that and so receptive to any knowledge, information that you get. Anything you touch turned to gold, man. Like I even heard you say one time, and it's something I still carry with me, is like, anytime I step into a room or like I'm in a setting, it's uplifted. As soon as I leave, it ain't gonna be the same because now my presence ain't
Right,
on it
it's
no more.
gone, straight
yeah.
up.
And And I know they say often, anytime, the spirit of God flowing through you, there's gonna be something different about you.
Yeah,
So
straight
it's
up.
like as soon as you come, room uplifted. As soon as you leave, it ain't gonna be the same because
Yeah,
now your presence gone. And
yeah.
that's exactly how you are, man. You like a battery pack.
I feel you.
Anytime that you
Appreciate
come
that.
around, and it's always, cup filling when people come around you. So I mean,
Yeah.
like you've been, such a light to everybody you come in contact with. I feel
Yeah.
like there ain't too many situations in which, people go through life. Once they encounter you, ain't like, man, what was that dude's name? I ran into him one time. Now they're gonna be like, oh no, that was Selah right
Yeah,
there.
straight
Nah, I
up.
remember this. Everybody got a Selah moment, and man, it's always encouraging, and
Yeah.
uplifting to be back around you. So I appreciate you.
Man, straight up,
Yeah,
bro. Hey, it's all love, baby.
yeah,
Man,
absolutely,
listen,
baby.
bro,
Come on,
man,
man.
dude, iron sharpens iron, bro. And like I
Absolutely.
said, man, like, I have certain life knowledge because I just been through a lot. But man, you put me on the path to Jesus. Like you said, when I come around, it's like I'm lighting everybody up
Yeah.
in a good way. It was a time where I came around, and I was lighting everybody up in a bad way. You know what I mean? Because like I'm telling you, bro, me and my wife just had this conversation about how she proud of my journey and stuff like that. Because when I was in Cleveland, bro,
Shout out the wife too, man.
oh, bro!
Yeah, shout out the
Shout
wife.
out!
Yeah, shout out the wife
man,
too, man.
I remember one of my friends. He was like, "Man, how come you been so good and stuff like that?" I knew what he meant by good, like, I was like,
Happy all the time.
yeah, right.
Everybody always want to hate when you smile. Yeah,
And I was just like, man, shoot, because I got my wife now, so I'm not doing a lot of the stuff that I
Yeah.
was doing when I was in Cleveland. He was like, man, thank God for your wife,
Yeah.
because imagine me, because I've always been the same as far as like taking information, learning from the losses, the determination, all that
Absolutely.
stuff. But I use it for bad. So people really had problems, bro. And I was like, man, it was like, because since I've been beat up and bullied my entire life, when I went crazy, it was like every day I woke up, I felt like burning in my chest, bro. It was like anger, And one day I woke up, and no matter what anybody did to me, I just couldn't get mad. I felt drained. It's like kind of like that fire burnt out. And it's like, bro, you've been running around thugging, terrorized, doing all this other crazy stuff, but it was all out of rage and anger.
Right.
Like that tank burnt out, you know? And then I was like, I feel like I ain't had no purpose.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so when I was on that thing, it's like, well, you probably should get back in the church, because I was born and grew up like in church and stuff,
Right.
And so when I was on that path, when I first moved to a port, it was like God was just giving me certain things. Like one time, I opened up this fortune cookie.
Okay.
Right. True story. Opened up this fortune cookie.
Chinese
Right.
food. Woo.
And
Yeah.
so when I got out, I was sitting on the right hand side, and then I went out and grabbed the food. But when I got back in the car, I was in the left hand side, so I passed this bag down to my sister and took this bag. You see what I'm saying? Opened up the fortune cookie, and God said, the fortune cookie said, you in the right spot.
Literally.
Literally, physically, spirit. I'm like, oh, and I kept that. I've been keeping my fortune cookies. I kept that for a long time, right? And then I went to go get a haircut, and I met this dude, because the barber ain't even. He was late, and it was a white dude out there. Something, his last name was like Archibald or something like that. And he was like, man, you want to go get some breakfast? I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, you an old white dude. This is stranger danger. I'm not about to go get no breakfast with you.
Man.
But something about this dude, energy and the presence, is like, it was filled with God, bro.
Yeah.
I could feel it. And I meant to say no out of my mouth. I was like, yes.
You was like,
What the? Man, I sat down, this dude bought me some breakfast, and that whole conversation was about Jesus. Boom, right? So then fast forward, I come over here with you, and I'm like, man, all these things that's happening, I don't think that I can have somebody that's young and know about Jesus. Hey, man, you mind we pray before we get this footwork in? I'm like, bro, this dude praying over footwork? What?
I ain't never seen nobody pray for my
Man,
feet before. Somebody pray for my feet
I was
before.
like, what? And then I remember I watched you go through that speed ladder. We do the prayer. You go through the speed ladder.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this dude feet blessed by God.
Yeah, come
I was
on.
like, what?
On water.
He literally. I was like, oh, bro, it's like you stepping in the spirit.
Yeah.
And then and I remember I had asked you, and you said, man, when I was young, I had a temper problem. I was out of control.
Absolutely.
And I started getting God into my life, and what I seen you at the time, like your personality, your human being, bro, like you was kind. You see what I'm saying? You still had the personality, you feel me? But you couldn't tell the trauma you had, because I was like, okay, I need to shoot for that. You know what I mean? And so like in my mind, I always been striving. I was like, man, shoot, what LJ punches do in his mouth? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like probably the old LJ, but I'm like, man, but nah, bro. So it gave me a target.
Right.
like I don't have to be thugging and beating the brakes off people, riding, doing all the crazy stuff. I was like, man, I can actually be a good dude.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you at a young age, you was that for me, bro. You,
I
you see what I'm
appreciate it, man.
saying?
That's
Straight up,
love
man.
right there, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's my target, and that's what I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna try to be a good dude. You see what I'm saying? You know, mind my business, stay in my
Yeah.
footwork and
Stay
stuff like.
tame. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And so like, bro, I just appreciate that from you, bro, because you most definitely like
That's love, man.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
got me on the right path for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah. And I
yeah.
mean, that's stories that, you never get to see. Sometimes you don't get to see the blessings that you are or get to do, for other people. You don't get to see. Sometimes you just plant the seed, and then you may not get to see it. So the fact that we've stayed close, after all these years, and then be able to see, what the product has been able to become, and then also hear the stories of when it first
Right.
kind of kick-started. I mean, that's always beautiful for me, because it's like, man, now I got to keep going. Not in a prideful way, but it's just like, man, I want to continue to carry myself in a good way.
Yeah.
And then, looking at you, seeing the network of what you've been able to do, it's almost like a discipleship. You passing it forward
Yeah.
of like doing good works, doing good deeds, and things like that, and just carrying yourself in such a holy way is beautiful, man. Same with your
what's up.
family, and just every business that you put your hands on.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, bro. All right, before we wrap up, I'm gonna ask you this about this memory. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember this,
Uh-oh.
and this changed my perspective. So one time, you came to one of our practices, right? I remember you sitting on the bench, sun just hitting you. I was like, man,
Golden hour.
You over here like this, and I was like, man, this dude hot, right?
Oh,
so I
man.
remember you, but you sitting out there and you watching the practice, and like for me, personally, where I'm from, when we practice in the black community, we have football practice.
Yeah.
Man, that's a trash talking practice.
Yeah.
I'm in your face with it, and so like I'm out here, I'm at corner, I'm locking up the white boys, I'm cooking
Yeah.
on my yeah. I'm talking my stuff. I'm over here just and like I'm over here doing what I normally do, man. Y'all niggas trash. You see what I'm saying, man? You gotta step
Absolutely.
your, but I'm trying to.
They weren't ready for that. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that.
They weren't ready for that.
And so I remember I go in there to get some water, and he was like, "Hey man, let me talk to you real quick." I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Hey man, just, you got to be humble, bro."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What you mean?" You was just like, you got skills, you out there, you doing your thing, but you got just try to humble yourself. And he was like, "Cause just look at your teammates, bro. You kind of hurting their feelings a little bit, I was like, for real? You was like, yeah. so I was like,
Because you was doing them bad.
I was like, man, that's crazy. But like from you watching that, then I was really looking at like when I went back and we to finish drills and stuff, and I seen how when they came up against me, how they kind of like holding their head down.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm trying to help them, but I'm hurting them.
Yeah.
I'm not a good teammate.
Yeah.
You changed my perspective and how I like interact with them, because, man, you're supposed to be uplifting people as a teammate. I'm not making them better. I'm making them worse. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you remember that conversation?
Vaguely, because but I do remember like being there and watching, because like I remember I was seeing how you was moving, and I saw such a difference in how like your technique, skills, mannerisms, all that stuff. And I was like, man, this dude got something. So like anytime I see that, I was like, man, I gotta go talk to him.
Yeah.
But like to see like that quality, like not the whole conversation, but I do remember having that talk. I was like, man, okay, if he can have that much skill, but flip that in a positive way, because like you said, rather beat your teammates down, hey, share with them, spit game with them, because it's to have guys like you at practice, it's a gift to go against one of the best.
Yeah, I want to compete.
Yeah.
And I felt like when they came through practice, they was going through the motions.
Yeah.
And they don't want to really compete. And in my mind, I was like, bro, I'm about to beat the brakes off you and talk crap to you to get you mad enough to give me your best.
Yep.
Some people don't even respond to that kind of
Oh,
energy.
they shut down.
They shut down.
Yeah.
And I remember I felt like my teammates were shutting down. I'm
Yep.
like, because I looked, the dude came to the line,
Yep.
going, and I was like, I felt bad about myself, bro.
Yeah.
I remember at the end of the practice, I did an apology to everybody. Hey, listen, man,
That's beautiful,
I'm
too.
sorry that I could see that it affected your performance at practice.
Mm-hmm.
I only want you to give me your best, because I'm getting mad. I'm giving you my best. I don't got nobody to make me better.
Yeah.
I never played corner before. You see what I'm saying?
Brand new at this.
So when I go and face off on the teams as a solo man-to-man, no help, man, these people gonna be better than me, straight
yeah.
up. So I gotta bring my best. I need every practice for me to get better. And I feel like y'all weren't providing that. You see what I'm saying? But I should, as a teammate, I should be uplifting you, not beating you down. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. But then after those conversations that I had individually, it was a lot of them.
Yeah.
I felt like a president. Apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
know, apologizing every
They
nation.
apologizing, yeah.
Man, when we came back to practice the next day, big bro, everybody was trying to give me some work.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this.
I like
Come on,
this.
man. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
because when practice, man, like again from the South, all we know is physicality. Like 100% physicality with every drill.
Yeah.
I'm talking about even if I'm blocking you, you my brother. But I'm about to do you. I'm about to do
I
you
got to
dirty,
bully you. I
right?
got
And
to
then when I
bully
get
you.
up, hey man, good work. Next round,
Yep.
let's get it and send the same thing back.
Yep.
But since they was white people, they ain't grew up in the hood.
Nah, they ain't.
Everybody playing with it, like you said, that ticket out, man. We step onto the thing, we talk about like, man, shoot, bro. Man, my mama out there, you ain't about to embarrass me in front of my mama, bro, because
come
I'm
on.
trying to tell my mama I'm the ticket.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about to do you greasy, bro,
yeah.
when you out here. I'm about to do you nasty, but it's all through love.
Yep.
When I went there, I was like, dang, bro, everybody ain't operating
On
under
that same level, nah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Some people honestly just playing football for it to be a hobby. And that person, you over here making it terrible.
Or their
because-
parents was like, hey, you'd be great to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be great at
So
this.
I just appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like every time I came around you, bro, you fill my cup with like wisdom and knowledge and stuff like that. And it was always in a kind way. Cause you could have been like, man, what the hell wrong with you over here? Talking to these people all
Yeah.
crazy, hurting their feelings. But like, so what I would learn from you, I would go implement it, bro. And I got results every time. Like I remember
man.
we was doing some footwork,
Yeah.
and you was like, "Yeah, man, you two a little far away from the ladder. You got to get a little closer and get a little bit more precise." Because I kept kicking it.
Get your feet off.
Right. And so like
feet
I
off
would
my
see
ladder,
you go
man.
through, and that thing ain't even moving, bro. You just
Yeah.
right. And then I'm over here, and I'm kicking the ladder and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And he was like, "Well, for this drill, bro, you want to make sure like you a little bit, just be a little closer, man. Make sure
Yeah.
you get your foot in the box, and then don't go too fast. Start off slow." And get a rhythm,
Like
work
you
on the
said,
precision.
control, man.
Right. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, and I was just like, go ahead, try it again. I'm going through the flow and it's feeling all crisp and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what's
Like,
up.
man, I just got a clean fade
Yeah,
with my
man.
feet.
Yeah, bro. But you most definitely a teacher, bro, for
I
real,
appreciate that, man.
So
Yeah.
I know wherever you go, you bet you're gonna bless a lot of people spiritually. You're gonna give people a bunch of wisdom.
That's love, man.
Yeah, man. You gonna do your thing,
Yeah,
bro.
because man, there was so many times like I feel like what also motivated me, especially with like young cats like you and like anybody else that I've been able to work with, is like that's the same mentorship that I wanted coming up, and like not having that, there was a void. And of course, single parent household stuff
Straight
like
up.
that, that positive male figure, not having that. I was like, man, I want to now be that to everybody else. I'm taking in as much as I can and just trying to dish it out. So, in your case, I was like, man, I see a light in them.
Yeah.
And like you said, being able to flip that, like, breaking everybody down, like, hey man, that was a good route on this one. Or hey, next time try this.
Yep.
Bam. And then now it's like, oh shoot, okay, now I got the best of the best telling me how to get down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna see him next practice. Then
Right.
we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, oh y'all nice now.
Yeah, right. They
Okay.
getting everything.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is because I always been that way, big bro. Because like I would tell people, man, if you trash, I ain't listening to you.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. People, even if it was seniors. It was seniors. I come in as a
Trash,
freshman.
I ain't listening to you.
Right, man. I was in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
And this let me know, first of all, there is levels to it.
Absolutely.
People that's watching sports on a couch and see somebody on a bench, that person will give you 40.
Easy.
That person will literally break your ankles. You see what I'm saying? Because it's
got there
levels
for a
to it.
reason, yeah.
So I remember I was in Georgia, bro, and it was this dude. He was telling me like, "Hey, man, because I was an outside linebacker as a freshman, and I'm at the OLBs. You see what I'm saying? And he was like, "Listen, man, the reason why when they running this play, you getting blocked because he would come, they'll do a little sweep, he'll block me, spin me out, and the gap was right there. He's like, man, you got to come closer, but." That when you see that pulling guard coming out your way, he coming for you. You got to go meet him. You got to go bow and try to close the hole. You feel
blow
me?
it up, yeah.
And I'm like, man, nigga, you trash. I ain't listening to you, bro. When you on the bench, I'm young.
I ain't saying nothing to you,
I'm
bro.
like, nigga, get out of here,
Yeah.
man. Whatever, right? So come to find out, I didn't know he had did this. Man, he snuck over there and asked the coach if he can play the little pulling guard or whatever.
Ah, shoot.
And so I'm getting this rep. I'm over here chopping up with the homie, da-da-da. You put the whistle blow, you back to it.
Yeah.
Shoot, man, he came and did me dirty.
So you
came around with Whopper.
Try to tell him,
And
yeah.
then he was like, yeah, man, this trash, you know what? I'm talking to him. And then I had to show him respect. You see what I'm saying? So one, you can learn from anybody. But two, shoot, man, even if the people ain't physically gifted, their mind is gifted, where they just know. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So shoot, when I see a situation where Maybe he might not be as good as me.
Yep.
He still might know what he's
Yeah,
talking
he
about.
might know some things.
Because that was my first time, because I ain't never been destroyed like that
Yeah.
and publicly embarrassed at practice.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get the best of me.
Man, what?
Yeah.
Man, I was like, dude, it made me feel low, because everybody, man, my
Yeah.
helmet flew off, my chin strap.
Oh man, mouthpiece gone.
Man, right? Because he a senior. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just a freshman, and I went home and I told my dad. He's like, man, you real quiet in the car today. What happened?
So what's your posture?
I'm like, Dad, man, somebody did me dirty in practice in front of everybody. And he was
Yeah.
like, son, y'all gladiators. You know, shoot, some people out there, everybody ain't bums, bro. And you gonna get got. It's the sport.
Yeah.
And I told him what happened, and he said, look, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Just understand that football, it's a physical sport, but it's more so a mental sport.
Yeah.
It's more mental than physical. So if people, they might not be as good as you, but if they know more than you, they can still get you on any particular play.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, straight
I'm
up.
listening.
I'm listening. So
Yeah.
I went up to him. I was like, so tell me about this play again. So what we
Yeah,
going on?
you was talking last time before you did
Right,
me bad.
I was being rude.
Want to finish that talk we had.
All that stuff. So I'm absorbing all this knowledge, bro. And when I came around, even with you, bro, it's like, and now, because I had people tell me about plays, but you would be telling me about like alignments and like different splits and stuff like that. Like when I would come back, yo, hey, what that rip look like? Well, you know, he broke you off a little bit, but I like the recovery speed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he did? Okay, all right,
Yeah.
cool. And so, like, because that was my first time playing the position.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy, bro, is because, like, that let me know, bro, like, with football, you know, you can't be a positional player. You have to be a football player. Because in our case, for me, what I was best at wasn't best for the team. We needed a corner. Michigan City, Maryville.
Speed.
Man, what? Man, forget that. We played Valpo.
Fundamentally sound.
What? And I was like, dude, we was out there getting cooked. But when I stepped on the field, and I knew that I had this weight over me. If I perform well, we win.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because not only am I stopping their best player, but like you said, the chase down tackles, I'm cleaning up everything.
So you
A Swiffer picker
all-
up. I'm talking about some
team
man,
keep it clean.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, he breaking over there. And literally, man, I would be watching film, and I'd be like, hey, man, how come everybody ain't running? Because we knew you was going to get him. You know? Like, what if I missed? Well, it didn't happen, you know?
Right.
But so it's like, you know, I had to understand. That's like I said, I feel like that whole season was more about, like, my personal development, me being humble and understanding, and it ain't about you, bro. You know, do your job. You ain't going to get the spotlight. You ain't going to get the highlights. Because if you're doing your job as a corner, it really shouldn't be no much talking about what you do.
Yeah.
Only people who know the game know that you handling business.
Yeah.
The fans don't know it. They just know that you ain't get scored on.
Yeah.
And I was like, that suck.
That's
Because
it.
I like
I like being in the paper. You know, Selah with 8 touchdowns, 400 yards.
it ain't happening.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, bro, because that's why when you would tell me certain things, I'm like, man, shoot, people is watching. You know, just don't get
I was
cooked.
a fan. Yeah, I was a fan.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. But before we like sign off and stuff, man, if there's somebody out there who is going through the same situation as you, as far as either not getting certain opportunities in football or is not doing that good educational wise and stuff like that in school, man, what would you say to that person to keep them going and like you said, cross that finish line?
Yep. I would say find a faith. If you already have a faith, just be deeply rooted in it. And just take a step back. I know being in the present moment, it can be difficult to see what the plan is that God has for you. But just be patient. And just be deeply rooted in and just have a good, solid understanding of what your purpose and what your why is. Because, you know, if that is solid and concrete, you know, then nothing should be able to break you off or, you know, take you off of, you know, fulfilling that, you know, and seeing it through. For me, like I said, you know, mine was my family, you know, just wanting to be able to take care of them, provide for them, but also just make them proud at the end of the day. And I just wanted to, you know, give back to them down the road if at any point in time they need anything. And even beyond just financially. Like, I mean, if they got anything, you know, bothering them physically, you know, any injuries, ailments, anything like that, you know, now with my knowledge and, you know, and wisdom, you know, of the body and anatomy and things like that, you know, I can also help in that way too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say solid faith, know your purpose, know your why.
Damn, man.
Yep.
Straight up, bro. I appreciate you coming
I
on to the show.
appreciate you, brother.
And I want to let you know, man, this is something that I do
Yep.
as like a tradition. Welcome to the Champions Club.
Man, I feel
you
good.
You have now been inducted as a member.
Yes, sir.
And once a member, always a member, man. Dude,
You gotta give me some merch now.
I got to get you some merch,
Come on,
man.
baby.
But
Yeah.
welcome to the Champions Club, big dog. You most
appreciate
definitely
you.
a member, man.
That's love.
And dude, I'm excited to see your journey, bro.
Thank you, man. I'm excited to see yours. Keep going.
Appreciate it.
You the man.
Thank you, dog.
Yes,
You the
sir.
man. All right, that's a wrap, dog.
Yes, sir.
Shoot,
Come
man.
on.